Hey folks, I want to do something today that we've never really done before. Back about 4 years ago, Dad did a video on how to change brushes in your router. For those of you that are fairly new to this, if your router starts acting weird and doesn't want to go on, or it maybe is making a weird sound, it's possible it could be the brushes. Now what I want to do is I want to go through here something that we learned a long time ago that I don't think we've ever showed on camera. So first of all, what's a brush? So many routers, most routers, unless they're cordless, some of the cordless routers these days are brushless, but most routers have brushes in them. So if you take this little cap off, this comes out and there's one on each side, and it makes an electrical connection. Now you see I'm being very careful when I take that out. When you take your brushes out and put them back in, I have mentioned before, you have to put them in exactly the same orientation that they came out.
And your hand is right.
Yeah. So what you wouldn't want to do is spin this and do it the other way, because that brush is seated into that armature, and on the top of the armature there's a commutator that brush on this side is, and then there's another one on the other side, and that's what makes the electrical connection. It's a lot more complicated than I really know, but I just know unless those brushes are making contact, your router's not running. Now, when will your brushes be bad? A lot of times you can look down through the top, and if you see a lot of sparking going on, there should be a little sparking, but if it's excessive sparking going on, then something's going on with your brushes, or it could be something going on with your brushes. So that's one way to access your brushes. You'll have two different kinds of routers. Some that have brush caps that you can access from the outside, but then like the DeWalt, which I'm going to get into now, it doesn't have those. It doesn't, and if you go back and watch video 208, Dad changed the brushes on the DeWalt router.
That's the one that went springing.
Yeah, it went kind of crazy on him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this cap off. We're not gonna change the brushes, but there's something that we learned a long time ago from an electrical repair guy that said when you change the brushes, you really should seat them. That's S-E-A-T. You should seat the brushes. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these are longer screws here, and I am going to seat these brushes. Now
I'm going to try to get above it a little bit here. If I can, sorry guys, that's not what I wanted to do. This one doesn't go up, down, so it needs to be in.
So what I've got here is I got this, I think I bought this on Amazon, and this is a brush.
Can you hold it up?
Hold it like there. It's a brush seater. And what it is it's a seating stone. What we've been told was a seating stone. I'm going to take this thing out of there, and I'll show you what it looks like. And it truly is like a little stone. Now, I bought the wrong one. What I wanted was really tiny seating stones, but I bought the wrong one, but I'm making it work. What I did was I literally, and they say that you're not supposed to breathe the dust of this stuff, so don't do that. But what I did was I just cut off little pieces off the end and sliced them, because I needed to make them work and fit inside where the brush cap is. But again, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but this is a seating stone again, and there's directions on how to use it. Now what I'm going to show you isn't exactly what these directions say, because I do it a little bit different way, but you guys that are machinists and know about this stuff, you probably know what a seating stone. So the idea of a seating stone, what it does is I'm going to spin this, And this is where the brush is. And then right inside there, you'll see as I spin this, I don't have it plugged in, by the way. As I spin this, can you see anything spinning in there? That copper in there, that is a commutator on the top of the armature. And what they say is that when you put new brushes in, you really should seat them. So what this does is it puts a compound on the top of that commutator, and it helps that brush seat in to the actual shape of the commutator. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. You just want to touch this on there while that thing is spinning in order to coat that thing. And what I'm hoping for is the way that has kind of a black look to it. What I'm hoping for is to be able to spin that and seat that brush in there. So this particular one, I am going to actually turn the router on, and I'm going to seat that thing, and hopefully it will. You'll actually see it. So, can you see in there the way it is right now, or do I need to spin this a little bit?
No, that's fine. Just leave it
right there, because I can do it from. I think I can do it from this side. Let me see. Huh? Yeah, I think I can do it from this side. So what I am going to do, let me make sure.
No router bit in there.
No, there's no router bit. Yeah, definitely take your router bit out. And in case it turns on, I'm plugging it in now. All right, it is off. This is the on and off switch.
I'm focused right.
Yeah. So I am going to take from, let me see here. I am going to take the seating stone.
Babe, I'm focused.
Okay.
No, just hold it right over. There you go.
So, and I'm going to put it with some needle nose pliers. And guys, this probably isn't, there probably is a better way to do this, but this is the way I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to do is, as I turn it on, I'm going to put this down in there and just lightly touch that commutator, and hopefully spread that compound on there. Now when I do this, I'm definitely going to put my face shield on. You want to have eye protection. So I'm going to put my face shield on. Oh yeah, I got my microphone on, so you guys should be able to hear me. And I'm going to shine some light on it. Yeah, that should work. So I'm going to turn the router on, guys. Hopefully you'll see the compound, and it should clear where it's black in there. It should make it more copper colored again. So we're going to turn it on and see what happens. Now, does that look any clearer copper color in there? On my side, it definitely did. It kind of cleaned that commutator off, yeah. And it looks much more copperish, right? It doesn't have that dingy black look to it.
Yeah,
good.
It's definitely, you can see it better.
And here you can see that I just barely touched it on there, and see how it kind of wore that stone down. This stuff is really soft, even though it's stone.
Is it like a pumice stone?
It's almost like that, but it's even softer. You can scratch this stuff. It's very, very, and that's why it doesn't take much for this stuff to break, because it's very soft. But what it does is it coats that commutator so that that brush actually seats onto that commutator. So that's what I really wanted to accomplish on this part of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing back together now. We're going to come back on a different scene, and I'll show you how to do it a way that I found to do it with the other kind of router that you don't have, or that you can't turn on with the brush out. Anyway, you'll understand. We'll be right back. Okay, so now I want to do the next one because on that type of router on the DeWalt, I could actually access the commutator while turning it on and put that compound on there. But if you have a router like the Bot or the Makita that I showed earlier, I'm going to do my big Porter cable has the brush caps. But the problem with taking the brush, that's the only access that I have to the commutator, unless I tear this whole thing apart. I want to be able to access through that port and take that brush out. That means I can't turn it on because it won't spin if you don't make that electrical connection. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, and by the way guys, just so you know, I'm not an expert at this. This is just what we've done over the years. And so, you know, if you have any qualms about this, consult your local repair shop, your electrical motor repair shop. Now, I don't have this plugged in, and I'm not going to plug it in. It's in the off position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to access this port here. Again, now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to set it down just the way it came out of the router, so that when I put it back in, it's going to be the same way. Now the fact is, once I put this compound on there, it probably wouldn't matter. I don't know, can you see down in that hole?
Well, I'm just waiting for you to...
I don't know if you can, if the angle is right.
I don't know.
Now what I did with this stone, by the way, is I just cut little pieces off and I just used a hacksaw.
Dang, I'm good.
You got down in there?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good.
See the brass or the copper?
Yeah, the copper.
Well,
so
you turned it.
I know it doesn't sit real well the way it is. Maybe that'll work. So here's what I'm going to do.
More lighting in there.
What I did was I took a drill.
Angle it, guys. Bear with me.
It won't really matter actually, because you won't be able, because I'm going to be putting the seating stone down in there, so it won't matter too much. What does matter is this part. So I just took my drill, I put an old router bit in it, okay, and I'm going to put that, this is, you know, just one of my router bits. I'm going to put that in the chuck, and then I'm going to tighten that up. This was that router that I got at a super special, but it didn't come with wrenches, so I had to, yeah, I've got my own wrenches for it. So now this will allow me to turn that armature, and I want to turn it in the same direction that it turns. So I've got this on reverse, and I want to turn it at the same direction, and now you can see the commutators turning. Oh. Kind of hard to see.
Yeah, now try it.
Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I am going to put my cruise control on my drill. Hopefully that'll hold. Of course it's not gonna now. Now it stopped.
Maybe help if I hold it?
Let me see here. I'm gonna put it down on low speed. That kind of gives you an idea. What you really want is, and unfortunately because this thing is so deep, I did this on one of the little routers earlier and it was long enough. So what you need, and that's why, again, I ordered the wrong stone. I really wanted some long, really small stones that were long that could reach in there. But I think you're getting the idea. So you want that compound to get on there, because see, this, I think this is too short to reach in there. So I would need to cut a long one in order to reach in there, which I can do. But what you really want to be careful of is don't breathe this dust. They say it's not good for you. But that's the idea. So if you have a router, and again, on the little Makita, and I did it with her. I've done it with all my routers. I want those, and what that does is when you seat those stones, or you seat those brushes, it causes those brushes to really kind of take the shape of that commutator, and you'll get less spark, less arc in there. That's the whole idea, and it'll make those brushes last longer, and they won't wear out so fast. So you'll know if your brushes are bad, or if they're not seated correctly. You'll know by the spark if you look through the top. And once you seat them, you'll see that spark really diminishes. It gets really, really tiny. But anyway, guys, that is it. That's really kind of a little quick thing. You can get these. I just got this on Amazon. Again, if you're going to order some, look for some that are a little smaller square. I didn't realize they made them this big, actually. I didn't even know that till I got it. But the ones we had way back when, they were real tiny. They were probably, gosh, 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch, something like that, which gives you plenty of, and they're long, and it gives you plenty of room to get in there into those brush holes and get that compound on there. Anyway, guys, hope this was helpful. If you have any questions on it, again, this is just what I do. I'm not purporting that I am an electrical engineer or anything like that. If you guys have any questions on this, ask your local electric motor repair or tool repair. They will know about this stuff, and maybe they can do it for you. Anyway, thanks, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you need any supplies, there's the website. We would love it if you would share this. Please do comment on the videos as well. That helps with the algorithm. And we love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.